Hello, hello, hello. It's here. It's this time of the day again. Welcome to the Kathy J Show. I am so happy that you're hanging out with us, not only right here on the new local Channel 3, but also right now. Hi, everybody that is watching us on the Denver 7 app. Yay, we're on the app. We're on the app. We're on the app. Little things I celebrate. You can also catch up on all the past shows. They're on my YouTube channel. Just look for the Kathy J Show. You'll find the channel. Don't miss a minute of what's happening here. Today's show, we're going to focus on addiction. Now, it's not going to be all sad and sorrow. Don't worry about it. It's me. We're going to handle this the Kathy J way, okay? But I do want to talk about addiction and the mental toll that it takes on people, because it's not just the people battling the addiction, it's their families, it's their loved ones. They're in the addiction with them as well. The road to recovery is not an easy one to travel. Got goosebumps. One of my best friends will be 4 years sober in about 2 weeks, and I am so proud of her, and she's actually my ghostwriter for today's show. So she wanted me to tell all of you that she used to think that she couldn't go a single day without alcohol. And now look at her. She's about to be 4 years sober. She did the work, though, the hours of those meetings, the support groups, all of the steps she had to do. She changed her friends. She learned how to live sober, living sober through the holidays, through the celebrations. And like last night, beautiful evenings sitting on the porch listening to rain. I was drinking. She wasn't. She's in control because she believes in herself, and I'm so proud of her. And it took a little while. Let's just admit it. It took a little while, but better late than never, and I love you, girl. Stop crying. I know she's crying right now watching. You're going to make me cry. Stop crying. I love you, and I'm very proud of you, and I'm so proud of all of you out there that recover from substance abuse, because in recovery, it's important to treat not only the physical part of the addiction, but you got these mental obstacles that the addicts face as well. A lot of it started with some sort of trauma. There's this mental issue you have to deal with. Feeling like you're worth saving is something that people actually have to work towards before they can even start the recovery process. But I want you to know that I think you're worth it. So you need to be worth it, okay? You need to know you're worth it. You got to get to the source of the addiction. A lot of times, my guest today, she pointed out there's trauma right there. My guest is from Mile High Behavioral Healthcare today. Jessica's here. She's going to help us move past the judgment. Because a lot of times when you see people, you aren't seeing them. There's somebody that's standing there, okay? We got to move past the judgment, because the other day, I pulled up at the stop sign, and there was a man there, and he was saying that he was a recovering alcoholic and that he needed money. And I didn't have any money, so I just rolled the window down and started talking to him. And I was just like, I don't have any money, but let's hang out for a second while the light is red. And he said that was worth more than any money I could have given him, because he wanted to be seen. Nobody ever sees him. There's so many people out there, and we can help them. And people that are working at Mile High Behavioral Healthcare, there's programs that they're offering that focuses on helping them, and then when they become sober, really helping them, because addiction affects anyone. It doesn't discriminate. You're rich, you're poor, you're old, you're ugly, you're cute, whatever, they're coming for you. People don't just wake up one day and say, today I'm drinking a pint of whiskey. That was from my ghostwriter. So there's reasons behind the pain that drive people to want to escape it, and it starts with learning and understanding what that is. There's things that we all can do to help them. And that's what the Kathy J Show is all about. It's about helping others. So we're about to get down to it, everybody. So we will be doing that next after these messages. Kathy J. Ramos Law is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. He's a medical doctor and a lawyer. Ramos Law, what makes us different makes us better. Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Kathy J Show, everybody. Thank you again for joining us this half hour. It goes so fast, but we have so much we're going to cover. It's going to be awesome. So everybody, since 1960, Mile High Behavioral Healthcare has empowered individuals to shape healthy, viable, complete lives, okay? So they can't do that without the tools to navigate through their life. Joining me today, I have Jessica. She is with Mile High Behavioral Healthcare and Women's Integrated. That's what you do, the Women's Integrated Care.
Correct.
As well. All right, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so please start by telling everybody, what is Mile High Behavioral Healthcare?
Well, as you said, they've been around since about 1960, and we really focus on substance abuse and mental health issues.
Right.
Our goal is to connect with, as you were saying in your intro, people that haven't been seen for most of their life. That includes people who are involved in the court systems, in the departments of human services, making them feel like they have a place to heal and grow.
Right, totally. So they come to you from, do they check themselves into you, or is it only people that have been referred to you from probation, case workers?
Yep, all of the above.
Okay.
So you can come in self-referred and say, hey, I just feel like I need a little bit extra today.
Okay.
Or you have a case with Denver Human Services, needing a little help to keep your family together.
Right.
And we are there to help support that.
Okay, all right. Excuse me one moment. Your necklace, your mic. So tell me, Jessica, how's your day?
Good. How's yours?
It's really good. Things are happening. Okay, appreciate you being here. All right, so back to this. So you have men and women and kids, because obviously there's families.
Yep, we work with the families.
Okay, so when you were telling me that, for the most part, substance abuse comes because it's a reaction to a trauma.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain that.
Yeah.
Any kind of trauma?
Any kind of trauma.
Okay.
So what we know about trauma is that it's very individualized. What might be traumatic to you might be nothing to me.
Exactly.
And
right.
that's so normal.
Right, okay.
And so what we learn about trauma is it changes the brain and the way that it actually functions. And the great thing about the brain is that it bounces back and it can unlearn those really traumatic moments.
Yes.
And so they might experience symptoms of trauma through substance abuse, gambling, shopping, food, all of those things.
Wait, trauma from shopping? My director, Montrese, right now has no idea what you're talking about. What do you mean, trauma from shopping?
Yeah, so anytime that we have to manage our emotions about anything that's difficult, it's a symptom of trauma.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay, all right. And so the trauma then, so it's not like somebody recognizes I'm doing this because my dad didn't love me.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So you have to get to the bottom of why are you trying to Band-Aid yourself.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And that could be anything. I mean, I have a food addiction, you know, so I Band-Aid all day, every day.
Yep.
Don't let me go in the middle aisles of the grocery store. I will destroy it. So I understand that there is a need to mask stuff.
Yeah.
So when they come to you, you immediately get them sober, and then you start working on rebuilding?
You know, there isn't a step-by-step process. There's not a game plan for this.
There isn't? Okay.
It's individualized.
Yeah.
Just like the trauma itself, right?
Okay.
We have to meet them where they are. And so sobriety is obviously the goal, one of the goals in all of this. And but so is learning about yourself.
Yes.
And sometimes it takes being introduced to something different before you can get sober, because you have to let go of everything that you know.
So also what were you telling on the phone, Jessica, is that a lot of times you have to figure out how to live being sober. Like I was talking about my monologue, enjoying a rainy night without your alcohol.
Yep.
Who does that?
Yep.
But you have to learn how to do it.
You do.
And you introduce things like yoga. It's experiences that you try to give them.
Yep.
Right.
So we do yoga. We do hiking. Some of our peers take our ladies or our people hiking. We have a cooking show every Wednesday where Miss Sylvia cooks up a meal for folks, and people get to come and eat and just experience new foods. We have a garden in the backyard of our main location, and so people can garden. We have fresh vegetables that we can pick and all that stuff.
And that all sounds awesome, and I do love it. Tell me, but life doesn't go on unless you have a job.
Correct.
So how does that work?
Yeah.
Because then you're dealing with people that might have felons because of whatever happened with the court issue.
Yep.
Do you help with that too? Because I mean, until you have your purpose, until you get money coming in, so do you do all those programs?
Yeah, we have case management that works with each client to help them get their individualized needs met. So whether it is work or housing or daycare, whatever works for them, and is what's going to help them feel most likely to succeed is what we're going to do. We do some resume stuff. We connect people with different programs in order to help them gain the skills in order to really be successful, because we don't want to set people up for failure.
We don't. You've helped women get their kids back from the court, so you do so many amazing things there. My girlfriend was trying to explain to me, the one who's sober now, that when she was drinking, her brain, she was saying that when it was just like, oh, you have to find God to get better. She was like, I didn't understand that.
Correct.
But when they said it's a chemical issue happening in my brain, rewiring me. So she was like, like this is where everybody is normally living and their highs and lows stay right
Window
here.
of tolerance.
Okay, window of tolerance. I just got goosebumps. And she was like, and when I was drinking, I was up here and down here and down here. So when I got sober, I was in here, but it was boring. And she said she was numb. And her brain was rewiring itself in that time. Is that what was happening?
Pretty much. It's learning that it's okay to not live in chaos all the time.
Yes, that's exactly how she called it.
Yeah.
And you think, because all of us, I mean, not normal, I hate to use that word, but we have highs and lows and we think that's crazy. But the highs and lows of substance abuse are insane. I mean, I've seen it. Screens get punched out. Doors get. So I've seen it. So this is where people need to be, and this is where you need to get them. Okay. And the treatment and all that helps. What do you do for people that are family members of addicts? Because that is extremely painful, because things have been said to you when the person, and they don't even remember any of it. And I remember it. So what do you do to help people that have supported the addicts?
So it is a really difficult job to be a family member in those moments, for sure.
Year after year?
Year after year. And the promises, people hear promises and that.
And they've stolen from you. They've taken from you, and they're still your family member. So you do have counseling that helps the families?
We do. Transcend is our aftercare program that focuses on families.
Kids that have been, like, you did this to me, Mom, when you were drunk, like that kind of stuff.
We have family therapy that really holds space for that. Specifically that the family is the client, not just the identified patient who's in recovery, but the whole family gets to be the client in that moment and really express what it's been like to be in these situations with them and heal.
Do you find that pushes them to want to drink again, or like the people? Because I know a lot of people are like, I want to confront someone that's sober now and tell them how they made me feel. But I don't want to make them. Because a lot of people, they don't want to own up to it, because I wasn't there. It was somebody else.
Right. The way that we do that is we make sure that the identified person in recovery sticks with their individual therapist throughout this time frame.
So the therapist can work them through whatever the person can.
So we have a family therapist, and then we have an individual therapist working with them so that everybody's taken care of.
They thought it through everything. All right, we got to take a quick break. Thank you so much for being here,
My
Jessica.
pleasure.
In a few minutes, we're going to tell you about an upcoming event that I'm going to be emceeing that helps the Mile High Behavioral Healthcare Miracles Program. We'll be right back. Oakwood Homes is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Oakwood Homes, building happiness. And welcome back to the Kathy J Show. I appreciate you all hanging out with us this half hour. Today we're talking with Jessica about substance abuse and recovery. There's a way for everyone to help everyone that's over there at Mile High Behavioral Healthcare. It's their Miracles program, and they're having a big fashion show, and I get to MC it. It's a week from Thursday. Yes, that's right. All right, so let's talk about the Miracles program. Now, it's gender specific.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
We focus on female identifying clients. We have a true continuum of care, which is really cool. So Aspen Center is our residential facility that works with women who are postpartum or currently pregnant, trying to have a healthy baby.
Yes.
Right? Very exciting. We love babies over there.
Yes.
Then we have our main location at Delaware, which focuses on our outpatient program. And that is Aspen Center is about 30 to 60 days is kind of what we look at. And then our outpatient clinic, we focus on treatment more up to 8 months.
Wow.
That we keep people around with us.
Why do you think that, I mean, obviously it makes sense because women come with children most of the time, but also you're having women that are just now they've never worked.
Correct.
They've been, they're getting out of a bad situation. So women are a different case encompassing, which I agree. I think we need to have some specialized treatment. So let's talk about this fashion show that benefits all of those awesome programs that are helping women. Okay, so it's the Miracles Fashion Show, and it's going to be September 9th, everybody. What can people expect?
So we're kind of creating our own little world at Mile High Behavioral Healthcare. It will be on site. It will be outdoors. We will follow all CDC guidelines.
Cool.
Masks are welcomed.
Yes.
Sparkly, And so basically we are creating these different worlds that you can walk through. We're going to have art created by the clients and from some local artists that will be for sale. And you can, some of it will be part of our silent auction, some of it will just be for up for sale for you in that moment. And you get to walk through. We will have some, in our garden, we will have kind of years of successes that we've grown, right? And then through the different tents that we'll have set up, about 6, that will have Colorado outdoor living, kind of a whimsical garden, a cafe, which is part of our treatment. We have a cafe on site that people can come and sit and eat. And so you'll get to walk through these worlds. We'll have live painting going on with some artists.
This is cool.
Yeah, it should be really fun. And some jewelry, a jewelry making booth, and all that good jazz. So just a really fun experience to kind of start the night off. We'll kick off into our programming and then the live main event, the fashion show.
That's awesome. That's where I come in, everybody. So the fashion show, we have 5 designers from Denver that are in this. That's really cool. And 2 students. Very cool.
Yeah.
And you're giving away the Laura Elliott Award.
We are.
Please tell everybody who Laura Elliott is.
Yeah, she was one of our peers who last year ended up passing away. She had been in recovery and was just a fierce fighter for all of those in recovery. She was a great woman. She was right before my time, so I didn't get a chance to physically meet her, but she's a legend at Mile High.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so you're giving an award out to somebody that's also doing a great job in their recovery or helping others recover?
Both.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. So one more thing I want you to, before we let you go, what do you want to tell everyone out there about people that are struggling with substance abuse, or maybe someone right now that is listening, watching, that knows that they're having issues and they need to get help? What would you like to say to them?
I'd really like to say, reach out. We are here for you. Our doors are open. We have peer coaches that will walk with you throughout your entire recovery. We love seeing faces at Mile High. We are in person and virtual to support people, but come see us.
And it's men and women we're talking to.
Men and women, yep.
Because you want to get to the bottom of it, figure out what's wrong with the trauma so you don't have to rely on a Band-Aid to get through life, because that's not the way to do it.
It's not the way to do it.
A Band-Aid every once in a while is fine.
Yeah, to get us to the place.
Exactly, I'm fine with that.
Yep.
The Miracles Fashion Show, everybody, is going to be Thursday, September 9th, like we said. For tickets and more information, you can go to themiraclesfashionshow.com, or as well, you can head over to the Miracles Facebook page. Find it there, because apparently all the action's going down on the Facebook page. So thank you so much. We will be right back, everybody. And now it's time for the Colorado Lottery Trivia Question of the Week. Today's question is, what is Powerball Double Play? You know it? Do you know it? We learned it last week. I'll give you an answer in just a few minutes.
Kathy J.
The Colorado Lottery is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Colorado Lottery, play on. Welcome back. So before the break, I asked you, what is Powerball Double Play? The answer is, right now, for an extra $1, players will be entered into a second drawing for a chance to win $10 million. That's the double play. So next time you go get your Powerball, which you can play Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays now, you just say, here's another $1, give me that double play. Before we go, I want to say thank you so much to my partners, Ramos Law, FitMD, Oakwood Homes, and the Colorado Lottery. I love you guys. Thank you to IKEA Centennial for my awesome set, and to Jessica for my awesome set, and for Jessica for being here. Final thoughts, I wanted to ask you about some people that you have, some students that you have right now.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, tell us.
We have some people right now who are kind of on they've got some months under them for sobriety. We're looking at almost a year.
That's
for
great.
Some of these,
okay.
For some of these ladies. And we celebrated a pretty exciting milestone recently.
What was it?
They entered into school.
Yeah!
They're starting their bachelor's degree.
That's really awesome.
Yes, it's very cool.
You helped them with that.
Yes, we got them in, set up some financial aid stuff, getting them going. Funny, most of them are going into psychology, which is super cool.
Well,
we love that.
We got about 30 seconds left, but generational trauma.
Yep. And the thing that they notice is that their family is really what kind of steps in the way, because it's so different than what they are used to.
Because the family is
has
where they learn that environment.
Yep, all the modeling.
Everybody, It happens generation after generation. Stop the cycle. Don't be scared to get help, everybody. One other student that you had, you wanted to say that she did a great job. That she just graduated. I don't remember I'm so sorry, but whoever you are, thank you so much. You're a great student.
Yes, everyone.
You also, before I let you go, they do so much over there. Don't forget, we have a food drive that you guys do. You have the food pantry.
Yep.
You have
Homeless Comitis, the emergency shelter. We have an Aurora Day Resource Center. Yep, transgender center of the Rockies.
Mile High Behavioral Health Care. The list goes on and on. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with us today. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.